Hello everybody. Hi, I'm Eddie from Eddie's Pottery. This is a response to a friend of mine. Uh, he lives in Pennsylvania, Jeff Kohut. Plan on visiting him later on this year. Yeah, this is January 2021, and hey, I'm a little bit laid up right now. Had to have surgery. Got more stitches than I want to count in my hand. A couple different spots. So but no, hey, back to what I'm going to talk about. He talks about trading pottery. So that way you really don't have to what do you say? You don't have to buy it. You just trade your stuff for what somebody else has. So hey, I've got I make a lot of different things, and I've over the years. So, and a lot of these I never sold them. I gave them away to family and friends, and so. But no, back to getting to this. I made a lot of jugs over the years. I've given away 5 times as many as what I still have, and I've got quite a few. So, but no, these 3 right here, if you look at them real closely, they're kind of small. So, but no, I made these back in 2016, and and I always like to make them prior to making my regular pottery. I'd make a small jug, and as long as I was being able to work the clay real good, hey, I figured, hey, I'm gonna do good, so I'd make the piece, I'd be done with it, and then I'd start on my bigger pieces, But and these here were from 2017, and those were 16, these were 17, and the firing of the glaze. I used cobalt blue on this, and you can see the blue on the inside and a little bit on the outside here. And what it did was I had to temp up real high, so what it did, it turned it into a green matte. So that was 2017. It did the same thing to this. It's green on the outside here, green on the inside, and the cobalt blues on the rim. And then these were a couple others that I made. This one here was this year. It was 2020, or last year, I'm sorry, 2020. And this one here was one from last year also. And it was, and this one here, I'm not sure which one that I'm going to take to Jeff. I made a lot of jugs, so I'm thinking about taking a 1 or 2 jugs. So cause I know he likes to collect pottery from other potters, and but no. One of the things I am going to do coming up this year, as soon as I get the stitches out of my hand and I can get back on the wheel, I'm going to make some. I'm going to give you a little bit of a, I don't know if it's history lesson or what, but NILOAK pottery. That's Kalen spelled backwards. NILOAK pottery was started back in 1895, 96, some place back there. And I used to collect a lot of it. And a lot of potters, they duplicate, replicate, whatever you want to call it. They do the same thing as what these people did back in the late 1800s, and a lot of other potters have duplicated what they did. And actually what they did was they'd take 2 different colors of clay, blend it together, and then make a pot. And you didn't have to glaze it because you got 2 different types of clay. But what they would do is they would take a glazing material and turn the clay a different color, blue, green, red, and then they would make a piece of pottery, and you would have blue or green or red running through it with a base white of a different colored clay, and that way it made a different thing. Well, I glazed a clear glaze on the outside of when I made this one here, and then I used a green glaze on the inside. But I am going to be doing a pottery lesson on this, I mean, you know, you can look up NILOAK pottery, and they're going to tell you they were in business for a long time. I know another potter was Evans Pottery, and they started about 1895, 96, and Evans Pottery lasted a lot longer, but they made a few pieces like this here. But a lot of they made a lot of let's say dinnerware, earthenware, and stuff like that. You know, and this piece here, I did the same thing. This was this was done with a white base for the clay, and then I glazed it with a blue, but it had two different types of clay. One was a brown in color clay, and then a white base clay. So and it blended the brown into the white base, and then I hit it with some glaze. I hit it with some glaze. But no, these are a couple of different just ideas. You know, you make sure you change your ideas. But this is one of the things that I'm going to be doing, and showing you how some of it was done back then. But I know that the little jugs, I always make a jug prior to at the beginning of the day or whatever, so I know that my hands and my fingers are working correctly, and I can make something that is actually, they're kind of hard to make. The smaller stuff is really hard to make, but you know, if you can do something that's really hard, and then you start in on something like this, then hey, you got it made. So, but no, Jeff, I know you're really busy in Pennsylvania right now. It's cold outside, and it's cold here too. So, but no, hey, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to be bringing you this year to trade for some of your pottery. So hey, this is Eddie from Eddie's Pottery. Hey, I'd like to thank you for everybody for watching. So bye for now.